kidnapped our fluffy boy.
What the fuck is that from?
That is from last week's Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Andre Brower and his husband Cheddar was kidnapped.
Yeah, I know that should be a show I should be watching a little harder.
Oh my God,
you
absolutely should.
Yeah, but remind me again. Is it got less Andy Samberg and more Andre Brower?
It has an equal amount of everybody anymore. It's very much the ensemble now. So you get your Andy Samberg, but you get an equal portion of everybody else.
So basically, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is this decade's Scrubs, essentially.
I'd say it's even better.
Wow.
Yeah, the premise was that Cheddar, the dog, had been kidnapped, and Andy Samberg gets Captain Holt was going all sorts of aggro. It's like, don't go all John Wick on me. Who is that? Is that a friend of yours?
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great, and that's a good way to celebrate episode 0316.
Oh yeah.
Of the TV Tam podcast. I'm Tommy Mulgrew.
I'm Bill Frost, and I'm in the TV Tan studio. Tommy Milagro is at an undisclosed location, has been for the last several episodes now.
That's right. I'm pretty much like Rusty Cole from True American season 1. I'm just out in the outliers. Man.
True American. That's the game they played on New Girl.
Oh shit! I meant True Detective. What the fuck did I say? God damn.
No,
that means
True American was a drinking game they played on New Girl. I recommend it just as much as True Detective.
Oh, but which True Detective would you recommend? Season 1, 2, or 3, sir?
Well, always season 1.
Absolutely. That's what I finally got to see this time around.
So you're telling me which you have seen True Detective, but which order did you see the seasons in?
So I've seen all the way through. I finally saw. I've seen season 3.
Yeah.
And recently I saw 1, and season 2 I bailed because Taylor Kitsch. Fuck him.
So you never finished season 2?
I want to, but at the same time, it got a little too Vince Vaughn-y for me.
Oh, what? So, you don't want to delve into the intricacies of land use water rights?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It was already done better on Goliath season 3.
True, yeah.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, sir.
Oh, man, I believe there's another season of Goliath coming, too.
I know.
I think it'll be the final season.
What? Wait, what?
I believe they're doing a 4th and final season of Goliath.
Don't do that to me. Not now in these COVID times. Don't do that.
So what are we drinking this week?
Well, that's a good question. Thankfully, you're already situated in the Bohemian Studios back at TV 10 Podcast Central via satellite. Me, as I'm broadcasting via DSL, I thankfully have the beer, which is the Bohemian Brewery Alt Beer.
Oh, yeah.
The ALT beer.
Yeah, that's it's another one of my Bohemian favorites. I'm loaded up here in every sense of the word on Cerveza. We got a lot of it. Got a lot of it here.
When you say a lot, are we talking a metric fuck ton or
pretty close? Yeah.
Okay. Well, so let us just say for those of you that are still listening to the TV Tam podcast, all 12 of you, I will highly recommend the Alt beer. Definitely go for the Cerveza. That's SIRVEZ. That's in Zulu. A. And just know that we will get through these crazy times. We need to.
Yeah. So what have you been watching besides True Detective Season 1?
So let's see. I think I talked about it last week. Been binging on Star Trek Discovery Seasons 1 and 2.
Okay.
Finally got to Picard.
Yes.
Very nice.
Love Picard.
Oh, it just scratched the itch in the way that needed to be done. As far as any other shows that I've been, any TV shows I've been binging harder. I did get into a little bit of, I kind of revisited High Fidelity there.
Oh, good.
Still great.
Yes.
Even though I'm going to tell you right now, if you're feeling nostalgic and you're listening to old music like Michael Jackson, just know there may be something wrong with that. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
Yeah, allegedly.
My binge of the weekend was Kenya Barris's Black AF.
Oh.
It's basically Blackish, but it's Kenya Barris, the creator of Blackish, and he also mentions in there that he worked on America's Next Top Model way back in the beginning. I didn't know that. And so basically, it's it's a look at his home life with Rashida Jones is playing his wife, and he's got actors playing his kids, and he's pretty fucking brutal about fuck these kids.
Yeah, fuck them all.
It's pretty brutal. Also making fun of himself a lot. You gotten really white there. What you talking about?
Oh, Jesus. So Black AF is the way to go.
It's really fucking funny.
Okay.
And there's even a little section in there with Tyler Perry, because Kenya Barris he's involved with a movie that is testing through the roof. People are loving it. And it's like, wait a minute. Rotten Tomatoes has it higher than Heat? The greatest movie of all time? And so he's conflicted about this movie because he doesn't think it's a good movie. He thinks it's terrible, but he's also it's going to make a lot of money. And so he goes and consults with Tyler Perry. It's like, well, your movies are garbage. Off on a good foot already. How do you reconcile this? And Tyler Perry's like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, seriously?
Fuck the critics. I make this for people. I make this for my people. Fuck critics. I don't care.
Did he go full William Shatner as well, or at one point he goes, get a life, will you people?
Not quite, but it was obviously a showpiece to let Tyler Perry riff on what Tyler Perry does. And it was pretty cool.
Oh, goddamn. I have some mad respect for Tyler Perry already.
Yeah. And
right.
And also have some news here. It's what's the opposite of owning the libs? Is it owning the cons?
That is a very good question. But before you,
I think
start in,
I want you to write that. I want you to write that down. Owning the cons.
Owning the cons. Okay, I'm doing that right now. But I do need to bring something up here, and I'm only now getting to it because we've been inundated with some celebrity guest stars here at TV10 Podcast Central. Here we got the listener bags.
Oh yeah, I know. I think you pulling from the Facebook. I think Ted's been blowing us up, and we haven't gotten to him for a while.
Indeed, and that is what I'm doing right now. Which, by the way, folks, if you need to reach out to us in these harrowing COVID times, unless you're in Florida, then fuck you. You get what you deserve. Just know you can reach out to us via Twitter at TV10 Podcast. Then there's the aforementioned Facebook. Just look up TV10 Podcast. And, of course, there's our email, tv10podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And as mentioned before, Ted Hansen. Let's see. I hear the recent Facebook blow-ups that he mentions here. And this is from last week. He goes, try to give hunters a second chance. It's just torture porn. And I just go, yeah, no. It's Nazis.
I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. And Devs is beyond all comprehension.
True that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
absolutely true that. Just had the season finale Thursday on Hulu.
And
I don't know.
We're all going to be in agreement with Tiger King is overrated, but shout-outs to the dude in the Clutch Elephant Rider shirt.
Man, I saw that. Clutch must have been so proud.
Really? You think they were proud? You think so?
I think it's fucking hilarious. It's like, I saw that shirt and I go, oh, they're going to love this.
Well, then love this more here. He also goes on this week and says, revisiting Boardwalk Empire. Why doesn't this thing top every list of great TV?
Totally agree there.
Is it too good, like Led Zeppelin? I get what you're trying to say, Ted, but I'm going to say calm the fuck down.
No, I'm going to add that to my list of shows to revisit.
Yeah, I'm going to actually start that up on my binge list here.
Because it was so fucking good. And now, it was just so good you kind of take it for granted to go, yeah, that was an excellent show, but we don't talk about it much. But there's other shows that were not even as good that you hear about all the time. So therefore, Boardwalk Empire, all of you out there, revisit Boardwalk Empire, or if you never saw it in the first place, do it.
Well, and here's the challenge that Ted also mentions here. And he goes, I challenge anyone to watch the opening scene of Fortitude and not want to binge it on the spot. I'm not familiar with Fortitude. What's
Fortitude?
That about,
got me.
I'm not familiar with that. So
I'll bet it's something I know, and I'm looking it up as we speak, and I'll bet it's gonna ring a bell here. 3 seasons of a drama on. I'm not sure where this is airing.
Oh, and while
Fortitude is a British horror psychological thriller from Simon Donald.
Okay.
Yeah, like that means anything to you. It's on the Norwegian Arctic island of Fortitude, but there's strange things going on. And
okay.
Yeah, so it is I believe it's a British series. Yeah, it's a British series.
Oh.
And I'm not sure where you can see this, but I'm interested here.
Oh yeah, and I did try to watch Peaky Blinders finally, and I just went, nah.
I tried that too. It ain't for me.
Yeah,
it's not. I
tried.
Me.
Oh, and also we did get this mention on the Twitter about how to watch the Paramount network here, because apparently it's a little hard, because how else are you going to watch Bar Rescue?
It's not that fucking hard to get the Paramount network. Gina from the Morning Zoo has been making it out to be like it's some obscure channel like the Fish and Game Network, and you're looking for Impact Wrestling. Mm-hmm. It's a very available channel. It used to be Spike. Excuse me for using a big word here. It's ubiquitous. If you have cable or satellite proper, it's easy to find. Now, if you're a streaming TV person, it's a little more difficult. I recommended to Dr. White and whoever posted that question to just get a free Philo trial for a week and just watch it that way. Philo has Paramount Network, also Fubo
Sling.
TV. Actually, no, Sling does not. I was wrong on that one.
Really?
And also, Sling does not do free trials. So I was doubly wrong on that one. Sling used to do free trials. They don't do them anymore.
Because I've been seeing a lot of advertisements on the regular TV that I'm hoarding from the house that I'm, kind of squatting on, and essentially it's the way Sling's going. It's like, hey, give us a try. Go on.
Yeah, they're doing that now. They're giving away some. You can watch some stuff on Sling, but for the most part, they do not do free trials for their full service anymore.
So once again, remember, when your dealer says, hey, try this for free, buyer beware.
Yeah, my recommendation is Philo, to watch that episode of Bar Rescue they're talking about. Okay. Even if you don't watch it, live, you can on demand at any time. But have some news here, getting back to owning the cons.
Oh, okay.
So, Michelle Obama.
What?
Will be doing a Reading to Your Kids show on PBS Kids Facebook and YouTube channels starting tomorrow. Or today on 4/20, as this episode drops. So Michelle Obama can read to your kids now that you're sick of doing it yourself.
Okay, I'm here to say this. Michelle Obama versus Melania. Who would you rather rescue from their husband?
No one needs to rescue Michelle Obama.
Nope. I think we all answered our question right there.
So this is going to be every Monday on the PBS Kids Facebook and YouTube channels, and on 420 she'll be reading Julia Donaldson's The Gruffalo.
420.
Whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some fascinating news there, and
also
on our movie corner here. Mm-hmm. Last night I watched Virtuosity from 1995. Denzel Washington, and one of the very first big American movie roles for Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But before we go on, you're not pronouncing it right. It's not Denzel Washington. It's Denzel.
All right, Denzel. Yeah.
Thank you.
And this is part of that mid-90s wave of movies that dealt with the cyber, like Johnny Mnemonic, Strange Days, Hackers. All these movies came around the same time, and they were all about the new wild world of computers and the internet. And Russell Crowe is a bad guy, really bad fucking guy who exists in cyberspace in virtual reality, and they've been sending prisoners in via virtual reality. The police have to take him out, and the prisoners are. They're working off their sentences. Somehow, Russell Crowe manages to get out into the real world, and so they have to bust Denzel out of jail because he's dealt with this guy before, and he's got to take him out in the real world. Mm-hmm. It's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, but on a scale of 1 to Johnny Mnemonic,
Johnny Mnemonic is Shakespeare compared to this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you went that route.
It's not Virtuosity, not a great movie, but it does have could be the screen debut of a very young Kaley Cuoco.
No kidding.
Yeah, very young.
Oh, wow. Like, how young are we talking here?
However old she would have been, just like a little kid. She plays a little kid who gets kidnapped by Russell Crowe.
So, jailbait. Got it. Right.
Younger than that, even. Younger than that, even. Very young.
Yikes. And I've seen Russell Crowe when he's scary as fuck. No, that ain't good.
Oh yeah, this is Russell Crowe in overacting mode too. By the way, it's like he's channeling Jim Carrey from The Mask.
So it's not
he does everything. He does everything short of like somebody stop me. He's ridiculous.
Jesus God, that's intense.
And looking to be a pretty good week for new stuff on the TVs, and also we have a couple of sad departures here and there.
Oh.
Coming up tonight, the day this episode drops, the season 5 finale of Better Call Saul. I'm sad to see it go again.
Well, again, it's not series.
Yes.
Let's clarify that.
Yeah. It'll be back for at least another season.
And let me ask you this. As far as you following Better Call Saul, because I have, and I'm going, my God, they can't make things any more intense. And then Vince Gilligan goes, hold my beer. I can make this much worse.
Oh, yeah.
And Kim, poor Kim.
Oh, Kim Wexler.
Mm-hmm.
And also coming up tomorrow on Fox, the series finale of Empire, a show you thought was already gone.
You mean we haven't seen a lot of Team Cookie?
Yeah, I swore Empire was over, but now it's really over. And also there's a big salute to Prince, the Grammys salute to Prince, Let's Go Crazy on CBS Tuesday night.
Okay.
Basically, it's an all-star lineup performing Prince songs, including Beck, Gary Clark Jr., Earth, Wind & Fire, Foo Fighters, Morris Day and the Motherfucking Time.
No.
Yes, St. Vincent, the Revolution, minus Prince, of course, and of course Chris Martin, because Chris Martin has to be in everything.
Why? No, he doesn't need to be.
And this is hosted by Maya Rudolph, who will also perform with her Prince cover band, Princess, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Okay, so basically that's our Melissa Merlot alert right there. You need to watch the Grammys on, what day is it again?
That is on Tuesday on CBS.
What time?
I don't know. 7 or 8.
So pay attention.
Do I have to give you the fucking time too? Do I have to come over and like change the channel for you?
Well, yeah, and obviously.
Jesus.
We have to do everything we can for the dozens of listeners that still pay attention.
True,
we should.
We could be more hands-on. Yeah, at least with gloves.
Well, could.
At least with gloves, anyway.
And face masks.
Yeah.
And maybe a full body hazmat.
Coming up on Thursday on Netflix, Ghost in the Shell, SAC 2045. This is a new series. This is a continuation of the Ghost in the Shell saga.
Okay. Ghost in the Shell, say that last part again.
Ghost in the Shell, SAC 2045. SAC stands for Standalone City. If you're familiar with Ghost in the Shell, you know what that means. It's anime, but the animation on the new series is like very different from the previous Ghost in the Shell series.
Is it a little similar to like the Altered Carbon animation?
Could be. I never saw that, but it's very it's more of a video game look than straight up anime.
Wow. Okay.
And also, it's the series finale again of Will and Grace on Thursday.
Yawn. I'm going to stick with yawn on that one.
Yeah, me too. Friday, here's a good one. Beastie Boys story on Apple TV+.
Oh, okay. Now you got my attention.
Spike Jonze documentary on the Beastie Boys.
Sold. I'm done.
Yeah.
You got me there. That's all I needed to hear.
Mike Diamond and Adam Horovitz sharing their story, and I've seen some of this, and it looks pretty fantastic. And there's another thing here. I was almost excited for this, but then I noticed I got it wrong. It's Afterlife Season 2 on Netflix. And for some reason, I thought this was Another Life, the Katie Sackhoff sci-fi series on Netflix.
But no,
it's the Ricky Gervais, I lost my wife, and now I'm an asshole to everyone show.
So basically, you got Gervais. You got Trent.
I got Gervais, yes.
Okay, well, it's kind of good that we're social distancing because we can't have Ricky Gervais in the studio.
No.
Nor can he call in at this point.
No, he can't, no.
Thank God. Maybe next week we could try to have him on, but
yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work.
Have you ever thought, RuPaul's Drag Race is cool, but what if it had more of a Masked Singer twist to it?
I never thought that, not even for 1 second.
Really?
No.
That's not something that consumes your every moment?
Well, no, because the thing that consumes me is, why isn't RuPaul trying to bring in exoticos from Mexican wrestling into the Drag Race?
Oh, yeah. So, Friday on VH1, RuPaul's Secret Celebrity Drag Race, where secret celebrities get a drag queen makeover, and then, you try to figure out who it is.
Maybe we should reach out to Ivy at Boustique to see if she is going to be willing to reach out to and really binge this hard. Because I know she tried to check out DragCon for RuPaul. So that could be the thing for her.
And I'm guessing DragCon got canceled?
No, this was a while before the world went to shit.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if she ever got... I think she said she did get a chance to go to DragCon, but, I never got her full sense of what it was like. So.
Okay. Also on Friday, Season 2 on Shudder of The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs.
Oh, and I think I have a little bit of wrestle news, because I know Chris Jericho was going to be guest starring on.
Okay.
And what was the title of Joe Bob Briggs' show again?
It's The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. Basically, it's a double feature of terrible movies, and then Joe Bob does his Joe Bob thing.
This is something that used to be a big thing on the USA Network late at night.
Yeah.
And, he is still going strong with it. So.
And coming up on Saturday, an HBO movie, Bad Education, starring Hugh Jackman.
Oh, good.
Hugh Jackman and Allison Janney, and also Ray Romano is in here as well. And they're at the heart of a multi-million-dollar embezzlement scandal at a school.
Oh, okay.
And apparently this is based on a true story.
Okay. So something that makes people wonder what we're going to do with education.
It's very darkly comic.
But at the same time, it's going to make people go, maybe DeVos has got the right idea.
Yeah, this could be the Betsy DeVos story. Who knows? Coming up on Sunday, the 2-hour series finale of God Friended Me, it just got canceled.
Thank you!
So there's some good news.
We have not had enough good news from the...
So there is some good news out there. And also the series finale of Homeland on Showtime on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I think this is the one where Mandy Patinkin is finally going to sing a song to Carrie.
Is he also going to say, "You killed my father, prepare to die"?
I hope he gets in all the hits. And also, this is the one I'm most excited about, debuting on Sunday on Showtime, Penny Dreadful, City of Angels.
Okay.
It's a continuation of the Penny Dreadful saga, but instead of Victorian England, it's in 1938 Los Angeles. And this stars, believe it or not, Nathan Lane in a role that doesn't scream, "I'm Nathan Lane."
Well, scream or shriek? Let's clarify.
No, so Nathan Lane playing it very cool here, and basically it kind of looks like True Detective meets Penny Dreadful in L.A. in the 30s, because you also have Natalie Dormer in here as a shape-shifting demon who's just there to fuck everything up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the way I'm envisioning Nathan Lane is if Nathan Lane got acting tips from Eddie Izzard and really played it straight. Phrasing.
Yeah. Could be, yeah.
I'm like, okay.
He and Daniel Zovato play detectives play L.A. detectives in this thing. And there's like a lot of supernatural shit is going down.
So that does bring up the next part, because I got this downloaded the other day from Entertainment Weekly. Ew,
still in business.
Yeah, it's about Supernatural, and it's finally the end. Finally the end after 15 seasons.
Yeah, but they were not able to film the final couple of episodes of the final season, so they're just kind of left us hanging there.
Which does bring us two questions that I have. So as far as what's going to happen with when the series finale is it going to be like a big blowout, like a movie, or are they going to try something like traditional once they get back on schedule?
They don't know yet. Most everything has been kind of put on hold. The same thing happened to Fargo. Fargo was not able to finish the last couple of episodes of its upcoming season. So we're not going to see that for a while.
And the other question I have was, because I saw on the map of where Supernatural went, various locales, and I think you've mentioned this before, Ogden, Utah.
Oh, yeah.
Was featured in.
Yeah.
So
I vaguely remember that.
And, yeah, I was going to ask if you knew what the episode was entailing, Ogden.
Oh, man. That'd take a little digging. I think that was a while ago. There's 15 fucking seasons. So, and with an average of 22 to 24 episodes per season. So, however many that adds up to.
Yeah, in other words, folks, if you are saying, I don't have anything to watch,
there's plenty of Supernatural to watch.
Just go on TNT and just binge that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just have fun with that.
So, speaking of your wrestling news.
Oh, should you think it's that time?
Should I just hit it?
Only if you are ready to hit the music.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
The sports desk on the DSL line at TV10 Podcast. We are delivering the sport of professional wrestling. Furlough edition.
Yeah, I saw Chris Jericho making breakfast on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, that would be on Facebook. He's been doing a lot of Facebook Live, and I've been trying to reach out to Le Shy Girl to how we can get Le Champion grace us with his presence.
Yeah, it was a nice little tribute to Ozzy's scene in The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, where Ozzy's making breakfast and spilling orange juice everywhere.
You went that route, huh?
Yeah.
And here's a question. Was he spilling it kind of silly or spilling it sloppily?
Oh, sloppily, of course.
Okay, so that means he had a little bit of the drinky poo there and not too much of a little bit of the bubbly.
I think he was making mimosas.
Oh, okay. In
there you have both.
So he was having a little bit of the bubbly then.
Yes.
Which is actually a actual champagne. a little bit of the bubbly. It's from Nocking Point from Stephen Amell's Vineyard. As for it getting to Utah.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about it before, but here's the problem. As far as, ordering it online, it won't fucking ship to Utah because fucking Utah.
Okay.
On the plus side, though, we're better than... But I digress. Anyway, let's get into... there was so much shit going on since we last left on air. So we talked about the XFL was pretty much bankrupt as fuck.
Yeah.
And then we talked about the WWE was going to go live with performances. So let's start there. So Florida has deemed that WWE is considered an essential business. This has been reported on many platforms from ESPN to ABC.
So that coincides nicely with Vince McMahon being named a business advisor.
Oh, you're getting too ahead of yourself here, sir. But first of all, some of you are going, well, why is WWE considered an essential business? Probably around the same time that Linda McMahon, Vince's wife, who's also running Vince's Super PAC, decided to donate somewhere in excess of 18 to 26 mil in advertisements for the re-election because Florida is a key battleground state for votes in the upcoming election. And DeSantis is a Trump flunky. Excuse me. He is a dedicated Republican.
Okay.
I must be impartial here, even though I'm having a little bit of the old beer.
All right. Ooh. So how does 5G figure into all this?
Does not. So whoever you got it from, I'm sorry, Alex Jones, you are wrong. Suck it. Now, but what you were bringing up here earlier, Donald Trump. Now, according to CBSSports.com, Donald Trump, and this is the headline here, I love this. Donald Trump, quote, tired of watching old games, adds team owners Dana White, Vince McMahon to an advisory group. And basically, quote, he announced Tuesday that he is putting together an advisory group that will work to reopen the country economically. Included in the large collection of advisors, an entire section dedicated to sports, which features commissioners of the country's 4 major sports leagues, such as the NBA, NFL, and Dana White from UFC, working on his private island here. You'll see it in Enter the Dragon Part 2. And
so no input from the NHL?
Fuck the NHL. Well, yeah, it's mentioned, but fuck him. And, of course, Vince McMahon's involved in all that right there.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And there's just no way of getting around this here. Last Wednesday was considered Black Wednesday because WWE decided to either lay off talent and or furlough their employees. Among the names that were furloughed, well, let's back up a step here, folks. Let's clarify a couple of terminologies here because we're using big words. Now, laid off is pretty straightforward. You ain't got a job. You're fucked. That's pretty clear. Am I correct at this point?
Oh, yeah.
Now, furlough means the job can just say, nah, we're not going to pay you right now, but we'll bring you back at a later time. It's cool. So, among the names that were furloughed were, and it's mostly been producers in the back scenes of WWE. They were Lance Storm, Shane Hurricane Helms, and here's the other interesting name, Kurt Angle.
Angle. Okay.
Yeah, now, that shouldn't be a big deal because he essentially retired after, not this WrestleMania, but last WrestleMania. But he's been working behind this as a producer. So that means that once COVID gets corrected, they can be brought back. So no big deal. But the people, now here's where it gets real interesting. The talent that got laid off was it is too numerous to name. 20-plus wrestlers pretty much got laid off. No Way Jose, to Kurt Hawkins, to Zack Ryder, to the list, to Epico, to Primo. The list was fucking enormous, which is really interesting because it wasn't that long ago. Oh, and I should point out Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows also got laid off too. These were guys that were asking for their releases because they weren't being utilized on WWE, but WWE was like, nah, we're good. We're going to keep you on for a little while longer. And they choose this of all fucking times to lay them off, which is real bad because, folks, normally in a situation like this, when WWE does spring cleaning, they could go work wherever they want to, from Ring of Honor to Impact Wrestling to New Japan to AEW. That ain't the case because COVID got everybody running scared.
Mm-hmm.
Not scared, scared.
Scared,
which
yes.
is understandable. So why they chose this of all fucking times to lay off or furlough people is beyond comprehension. Because here's where it gets interesting. Going back to articles from ABCnews.com to CBS Sports to various others, WWE said, oh, they can weather the storm. They've got some cash reserves in the excess of $500 million, and they can weather this. And, everybody's jobs were safe. That was Tuesday of last week. So what the fuck changed? So
yeah, okay.
That's where things are at this point. A lot of the talent went online and just said, hey, you know what? We're grateful for the opportunity. Thank you, WWE. The usual bullshit that you always have to say because you want to be good about certain things. But it's going to be interesting, depending on how long this COVID lasts, how their tune's going to change. It all remains to be seen. And let's see. Finally, this. I'm just trying to see if there's any good news in these COVID times. I am going to say, if you are feeling like things are bad, if you ever feel like things are tough, then I highly recommend you jump on right now to YouTube. And I want you to look up Dusty Rhodes. And here's the reason why. Dusty Rhodes, the American dream, if you will. The man who is funky like a monkey. He is a man who once, just to set up Starrcade 85, he once talked about what it's like to be living in hard times. You don't know what it's like to be living in hard times, Daddy, because hard times were a much different time in the 80s as they are to right now. So if you're ever thinking, oh, I don't know if I can live through this, my Netflix is just giving me Tiger King all the time. Oh, my Wi-Fi is bad. I'm going to put up, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to join up on our medias and say, hey, you don't know what it's like to be living in hard times, Daddy. And I'll show you what it's like to be living in hard times, especially when it looks like the World Heavyweight Championship, the 10 pounds of gold, is out of the reach of the American dream, if you will. And I'm only doing that because in these hard times, it's sports.
Man, sports, a Tommy Milagro. Go team.
Have you ever seen the Hard Times promo?
Maybe back in the day, but I'm looking forward to seeing it again.
I think we need to. We need to know that we will get through these hard times.
And before we wrap, a couple of updates. Both of Ted's recommendations, Fortitude and Boardwalk Empire, are on Amazon Prime Video.
Oh, which I have. That's a cord-cutting millennial.
So,
see, I was ahead of the curve.
See, I got to check out Fortitude, and I have to recheck out Boardwalk Empire.
Our must-watch, must-binge, Hash Brown must-binge.
I recommend them, definitely.
All right. I'm also going to recommend this because I've been also starting to watch this on HBO, and I think we talked about it before. Run.
Oh, yeah.
The title.
Yeah. Merritt Weaver, yeah.
and wasn't it created by Phoebe Waller-Caddy of Fleabag?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is a good reason. Oh, also, Phoebe's featured in it, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right, we're done here. Want to thank Bohemian Brewery for the beers,
and we need to thank so many of our other good sponsors out there, the ones that are doing the Lord's work, which is getting us drunk. That is Sugar House Distillery, and that is also Ogden's own distillery, which, by the way, I should mention, they also have hand sanitizers out there, and more importantly, at least with Sugar House Distilleries, I found out the other day, they got face masks. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah. So stop by there. Hopefully you can catch them while they still have them in stock. Also, we should thank Outlaw Distillery. They don't have the face masks or the hand sanitizers, but thankfully they have booze and they practice social distancing.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, the aforementioned Bohemian Brewery have them in so many flavors, from the Cerveza to the Altbier to the German PA, the German Pale Ale.
Yeah.
So many flavors. And, of course, if you can, and she's still running, that is Ivy Wonderful Boostique. Just tell them all TV10 Podcast sent you.
All right. Okay, say goodnight, America.
Oh, good night, America. I am so drunk. I better jiggle that handle because, oh yeah, better get ready to fly.